Americans disembark from Diamond Princess without COVID-19 testing. Americans began to disembark from a quarantine cruise ship docked off Yokohama, Japan on February 17. The Americans are set to take flights back home after being quarantined on the Diamond Princess for 14 days. In America, the passengers will have to undergo yet another 14-day isolation period. The quarantine was set when a former passenger tested positive for COVID-19 in early February. The number of COVID-19 cases on board the ship has since reached 355. Over 1,000 passengers have been tested for the disease. The Americans who were able to leave the ship on February 17 went through a passport check. However, they were not tested before boarding the buses bringing them to their flights. A few passengers believed that the U.S. government should have intervened sooner, considering the Diamond Princess is an American cruise ship. While some Americans were glad to leave, others would rather stay. They have been told that they will have to wait until they test negative for COVID-19 before being allowed to go home. They argue that they would rather stay healthy and safe until their quarantine ends, instead of being confined with untested former passengers. They are afraid of being put on a bus and plane with others who are probably infected. 46 Americans on board have tested positive for the virus. Many believe that what happened with the Diamond Princess was a failed quarantine. Japan had first decided to quarantine the ship's passengers. Then, it was reported that around 1,000 crew members still ate together and failed to wear masks despite the quarantine. Japan doesn't have enough health kits to test every single person on the Diamond Princess. However, they are testing those who are exhibiting symptoms and those older than 70. Anyone who tests negative for COVID-19 will be able to disembark by February 21. Hong Kong and Canada will be flying home residents on the Diamond Princess. Taiwan and Australia have yet to announce if they will push through with flying home their own residents. Diamond Princess crew members had to wait a long while until Princess Cruises addressed their queries. Princess Cruises said that the crew members will have to go through another 14-day quarantine once passengers leave. Illness outbreaks are quite common on cruise ships. In 2014, National Geographic wrote about the likelihood of norovirus outbreaks on cruise ships. Infection is easily spread in cruises because thousands of people are left in a confined space. In the case of COVID-19, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention believe it is spread through close contact. People can spread it to others within 6 feet of them, mainly through respiratory droplets when one coughs or sneezes. The most dangerous part of a cruise ship is the buffet, with passengers all coming into contact with the food. Anyone thinking of going on a cruise is advised to practice good hygiene. This includes washing and sanitizing one's hands frequently and avoiding buffets.